Welcome to Girls' Day. Who is excited about Girls' Day today?
Me, miss. Me,
Who is
miss.
that? All right, exciting. All right, so welcome to Girls' Day 2024. I'm happy to be sharing with you. I have been hearing great things about your performance in class. I heard that this set of students, you have been very well. And for that, I am very proud and excited for that. So we have a few ground rules. One, all cameras should be on, as you already know. And if you have a question, just raise your hand. At the end of the session too, we will be having questions. So you can ask me any appropriate question, of course, towards the end of this session. So everyone just go ahead and turn your cameras on. I'm missing a few persons with cameras off. Ria, Kaylin, Kefilska, who else am I missing? All right, so remember that your camera should be on. If they're not on, generally we place you back into the waiting room until we are certain that you are ready for class or ready for a session. So welcome to Girls' Day 2024. We have a few exciting activities for you, right? And I'll be sharing with you, of course, about being a girl, becoming a lady. Now, what do you like most about being a girl? Anyone? What do you like most about being a girl? Savannah, would you like to share? What do you like most about being a girl? Coming right after, we have Sakai and Ketuska, then Amira. What do you like most about being a girl? Everybody else can just go ahead and write it down. What do you like most about being a girl? Ready? One thing, it can be one thing, or what do you like about yourself? I see Rihanna's hand, actually. So whilst we're thinking about it, Rihanna is going to start us off. Rihanna, what do you like most about being a girl?
Wellness,
Yes.
because normally if you're a girl, that means that girls can the girls can do some jobs, without like girls can do some jobs that boys wouldn't normally do. And also, being a girl, the best thing about being a female is that you have the ability to do something men can't do, because women have the ability to give life to a child. So, but boys don't have the ability. So that is why I like being a girl, because I will have the ability.
All right. So you're saying that there's some powerful things that you're able to do as a girl. I love that. All right. Thank you very much. Anybody else? What do you like about being a girl? Savannah, you are ready for me now.
Um, Girls are hardworking.
Girls are hardworking. Is that true? Are you hardworking, girls? Are you hardworking? No? Are you hardworking? Savannah, are you hardworking? You're thinking about it. You are hardworking, girls. Girls are hardworking. You're dedicated. I love that. Who was next? Sakai, Amira?
Me, miss.
Go ahead, Sakai.
That we can hold about 6 to 8 things in our hand at one time.
Nice. So you're able to hold 6 to 8 things, a lot of things in your hand at one time. So you're powerful. You girls are strong. That's what I'm getting from that. So girls are strong. Are you strong, ladies? Are you strong?
Yes,
You're
miss.
strong? Yes, you are strong. Very good. Thank you, Sakai. Now we are on to Amira. What do you like about being a girl? I see some in the chat coming through. What do you like about being a girl, Amira? Oh, she's putting it in the chat. Something is wrong with your mic, Amira? All right, so in the chat, I'm seeing Gabrielle, me being able to share my love without being judged, and me being able to influence others, which is a bonus, influence them in doing the right thing. Amira said, creative, we have a unique perception of things. Love that. Now, everybody else who didn't get to share, I want you to write one thing. You don't have to share right now, but just have it somewhere in your notepad. What do you like about being a girl? Miss, I can't open my mic because, okay, I understand. No worries. All right. So I want everybody to go ahead and write one thing that you like about being a girl, and we're going to be continuing. Now, the first thing I want you to know as women, as ladies, and someone mentioned it before, is that you are powerful. You are powerful. I need you to understand that. So we're going to ask all the persons who can unmute to just repeat, I am powerful. So we're going to unmute our microphones and we're all going to say, I am powerful. Let's go. So unmute after 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I am powerful.
I am powerful. So as a girl, you are powerful. And what does being powerful mean? Being powerful means that there isn't anything that you cannot achieve. You have strength, you have power, you are powerful. I don't want us to think limits as women. There's nothing at all that you cannot achieve. Gone were the days in far, far back, it was seen, or women or ladies, we were seen as just caregivers in the home and nothing else. And whilst being a caregiver is awesome, it's lovely because we need people to be able to take care of the children, to be able to take care of the home. If as a girl, you want to achieve great things, then of course, there is no limit to your greatness. There is no job that you cannot do. If you want to be an engineer, we have powerful women who are engineers. If you want to become a bank manager, a doctor, a lawyer, what else do you want to become as ladies in here? What do you want to become?
I want to become a
Artist.
nurse.
A nurse? What's the other one?
Artist.
Artist. Nice. So whatever
First,
you
I want to
want
be
to
an
become,
interior decorator.
repeat for me, Savannah.
An interior decorator.
Interior decorator, excellent. So there is no limit to your greatness. You are powerful. You can achieve every single thing that you want. And even in this modern era, we have girls, we have women who are even having double careers, meaning that you don't even have to stick to only one thing. If it is that there are multiple things that you want to achieve, you can achieve that because what? What? Because it's on the screen.
Because I'm powerful.
Because you are powerful. So whatever it is that you want to achieve, you can achieve that. However, it takes work. So I'm not going to say because you are a girl, becoming a successful interior decorator or a nurse will just drop in your lap. No, it's gonna take work, right? And sometimes we have to work twice as hard, thrice as hard, right? To ensure that we become successful. But because we are powerful, we're going to put in the work. We're going to pay attention at school, right? Have you been paying attention in classes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we're going to pay attention in class. We're going to do our assignments because we're powerful, and this is the beginning. This is how you actually start the path to becoming successful. So it's not that as you become an adult, you become this powerful person and have this successful career. No, it starts from as early as now. So if you're in kinder, it starts today. Prep school, it started already. High school, it started already because what you're doing right now is the foundation to a successful lady. All right, so you are powerful. Are you powerful? And I'm seeing some more in the chat.
Yes, miss.
You are powerful. The next thing that you are is that I want you to be bold. I want you to be bold. And I'm seeing some very bold persons here. What does being bold mean?
Strong.
Being bold, what does it mean? So being bold, you are not afraid, right? You will stand up for what is right. When teacher asks you to share something, you won't shy away. So like this morning with the prayer, when I heard a lot of you shying away. No, being bold means that you seize every opportunity. All right, someone is saying it in the chat. You make yourself known and don't shy away from everything. Right, you have to be bold, right? You have to involve yourselves in different activities. Do not allow persons to tell you that you're too enough. Don't participate in that. And one student I always admire actually is Tiamoy, right? I admire all of you, but sometimes I look at Tiamoy. Tiamoy is not afraid to speak up. Even when others are saying, all right, Tiamoy, finish now. Tiamoy is not backing down. And that's a very good trait to have. Because in society, people will try to shy us down and say, all right, don't say anything more now. Go into the corner. You have to be bold. You have to ensure that your presence is felt. When you go into a room, people must know that you are in that room, right? Do you agree that people should know that you are in the room?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, miss.
Yes, people should know, and even in your class, people should know that, hey, I'm a part of this class. You know, Gabriel is a part of this class. Tiamo is a part of the class. Sakai is a part of the class. So if one day should come and you're not at school, everybody should be missing you. We should be like, where is that student? Because that student has created a positive impact. So being bold with positive things. So we're not talking about just showing up with negativity, no, but positive things. Always speaking up, speaking out, allowing others to hear you, hear your opinions, whilst of course maintaining that you have to be kind as a girl, right? It's important, it's imperative that you are kind. So I don't want any other Western STEM Academy lady to be shying away from any opportunity. Once Miss says, who is ready to pray? We should be having 10 volunteers. Miss should be saying, all right, next time you can do it. Next time you can do it. Because this is how you become known. And by becoming known, there are opportunities that you can seize that can even allow you to be outstanding. And I can tell you a little story. Like I remember when I was going to high school, right? And I was involved in several things. And one day they asked me to give a speech at an ISCF rally. And at first I was like, oh my gosh, all the schools in Jamaica, they're going to be there. And the media, they were going to be there. We had the TV, the Gleaner, a lot of people. And I was afraid, right? But because I know that it's important to be bold because you don't know what's going to happen, I shared, my story about how I grew up. I share my story about what life was like going to high school. And it wasn't easy, it was hard going to school and everything. But I shared how difficult it was to the audience. And you know what happened? Can I tell you what happened? They wrote about the article in the Gleaner. And from that one article, I received several scholarships that were able to allow me to go to university free of cost. Can you imagine going to university and not paying any money at all just because of that one article that I shared? And that really started it. So from that, it's so important that you are bold. Yes, you will feel afraid, but guess what I want you to do? Feel the fear and do it anyway. Because maybe if I hadn't done that article, I was living with my grandmother at the time. She didn't have any money to send me to college or anything like that. My mother, she struggles with mental illness, and my father, he was dead long time. So by that time, I had no money I didn't even have money to go to high school, much less to college, right? So being bold presents opportunities for you. And that's really what success is all about. Being bold, being confident. So before going into the other one, and remember, if you have questions, let me know, right? So be confident as well. Be confident. When you're confident, right? Without confidence, Marcus Garvey says, you are twice defeated in the race of life. But with confidence, you've won even before you have started, right? So confidence is important. You have to believe in yourself. Do we have any confident student here? Any confident student? Remember about being bold now. Any confident student? All right, I see
Yes,
the
Miss.
question from Tia Moana here, Sakai. I want to hear other persons too. I want to hear Mishiki, why is your camera off? Kaylin, still camera off. So we have a few confident students. That means that we have some work to do, Mrs. Sinclair, because we need all our girls to be confident, right? Very important that we have all of them being confident. I see Amira in the chat. All right. So we have to be confident. The next thing I want us to do as young ladies is we do not want to think limits. We do not want to think limits. And thinking limits means that you're putting a cap on what you can achieve. You're putting a barrier to say, all right, I can probably run to the step, but I can't run past that, right? In a literal sense. But in life, in general, there is no limit to what you can achieve. There is greatness inside all of you. You can do anything that you want to do, but you have to take the limits off, right? They often tell the story about the elephant, right? How they would tie the elephant to a little stick or a little tree from the elephant is a baby. And then the elephant would grow so big and still tied to the little tree. And the elephant is way stronger than, pulling up that tree and being free to go wherever it wants to go. But because it's been tied there from so long, right? It's not even trying anymore when he gets big and has all the strength, because they probably tried at first and it didn't go through. So now the elephant is bigger and it's like, okay, I can't do it anymore. But had the elephant just tried to pull, then the elephant would be free. So do not think limits, right? I need you to keep going. Do not allow anybody to tell you that you can't achieve that, or that is too much for you, or because you're in grade 3, you can't do this, or because you're in grade 1, you can't do this. Do not allow anybody to limit the things that you can do, right? And when you do not think limits, when you actually are confident, when you actually are bold, these are actually the recipe or the things that you need to becoming a successful lady or a powerful lady. And give me some reactions if we're on our journey to becoming a powerful lady. Give me some reactions. Let me see the reactions. All right. I see Tia Moore's reaction. Nice. And I see Sakai's reaction. All right. Next one. I want someone to read this one for me. Someone who hasn't said much as yet.
Do not allow anyone to put limitations on you.
All right. Do not allow anyone to put limitations on you. So this one sounds very similar to the one before, but it's a little different. Sometimes we put limits on ourselves, right? But in this case, there are people who will tell you that you cannot do this. So they'll say, no, Rihanna, you can't do this because you're not yet in high school. Or they'll say, no, Savannah, you can't do this because you're not at university yet. There is no limit to your greatness. I've been following this story of this 16-year-old. Can you imagine how many of you are 16 or above? 16. Any 16-year-old or above? Anybody who is older than 16 or 16?
Myself, 16.
You're 16, Savannah. Tia Moore, you're older than 16, right?
Miss, I'm 18.
All right, so Tia Moore is older than 16 as well. So we have a few students here who are older than 16, or some students who are close to 16. This 16-year-old student is already a teacher in the United States of America who just graduated with a doctorate. A doctorate. Can you imagine? Anybody knows what a doctorate is? A PhD. What is it?
No, Miss.
So a doctorate is something, well, it's a postgraduate degree that you receive in university, from university. So this is how it usually goes. You go to early childhood, then you go to prep school, then you go to high school. So listen to the order now. You go to high school, you finish with your high school diploma, then you normally do a first degree, which is sometimes called an undergrad degree. Then you have a master's degree, right? Then you have a doctorate. So 6 lines above, right? This 16-year-old, typical 16-year-old students, they're in high school, right? You're 16, you're in high school. But this 16-year-old student was graduating with a doctorate, which means that they already did their first degree, which usually takes 4 years on average. They already did a master's, which usually takes about 1 to 2 years. And they've completed a doctorate, which is like 1 to 2 years as well. So 8 years of university life already completed, and she's 16. And that was in America. In Jamaica here, we had our youngest school student who was 14. Anybody who is 14 here? Any 14-year-old? Or 12-year-old? 11? How old are you?
Yes, miss.
How old are you? That's Mishiki. How old are you, Mishiki?
I'm 12 years old.
Mishiki is 12. So 2 years, just 2 years older than Mishiki. She's 14 and she was admitted to the University of Technology to study, right? How many of us know about the University of Technology? It's here in Jamaica.
Me, miss.
You know about the University of Technology. And who usually goes there? Is it children who are 14? No, we usually have adults going there who have already completed high school, but she's 14 and she's now studying at the University of Technology. Why am I telling you all of this? I'm telling you all of this for you to understand that you do not have to allow anyone to put limitations on you. You're never too young to achieve greatness, right? If there's something that you want to achieve, you don't have to allow anyone to tell you that you can't achieve that or you can't achieve this, because you are powerful. I need you to remember that always, even if it has never been done before, because we've never had a 14-year-old going to college, right? Even if it has never been done before, you can literally become the first person to do that. And there's nothing wrong with it, right? Even starting this school, Western STEM Academy, 4 years ago, this school did not exist, right? It did not exist, but we saw a need and we created it. And a lot of people were like, it cannot happen. You can't do it. But we didn't allow them to stop us from doing what we want to do, right? So here we are, we have our amazing teachers, and we also have you amazing students. What if we didn't start it? We couldn't even get to meet you, right? So there are certain things that only you are called to do. And if you don't do it, then you won't actually achieve the things that you really ought to be achieving, or the things that are actually to come in the future. So you might not see it, you might not know why you're doing it, but you gotta go for it just the same. So we're wrapping up shortly because I want to hear those talent pieces. All right, I want to hear those talent pieces soon. Only you are called to do it. Yes, Mrs. Lewis. Love yourself. Love yourself. How many of you actually love yourselves? How many of you? How many of you love yourselves? No one? Only Tia Moy loves herself?
Me, miss.
All right, I hear one person, Sakai. Who else? How many of you love yourself?
Yes, put it in the chat.
Amira, nice. Anybody else? All right, it is so important to love yourself. Loving yourself is really important, because if you don't love yourself, I see Gabrielle, nice. If you don't love yourself, who is going to love you, right? Yes, your parents love you, but you need to be able to love yourselves. Allow your parents to see you loving yourselves. It is so important. Your friends cannot love you if you don't love yourself. You can't love other people if you don't love yourself. You have you every day, even though you spend a lot of time with your parents, with your siblings, right? With auntie, uncle, grandma, grandpa, those other family members and relatives, right? Even though you spend so much time with them, the person that you spend the most time with is who? You're always with that person. Who is that person?
Yourself.
Yourself. You can't get rid of yourself. You can probably run to your room to run away from your parents or your guardians, but you can't run away from yourself. You have to live with yourself for as long as life will last. So you have to love yourself, right? And loving yourself means that you appreciate everything about you. You appreciate all your qualities, knowing that you are wonderfully, you are awesome. You are made in the image of the Creator. God made you like himself. You are his image. So we have to love ourselves. Some of us, we have certain things that we don't like about ourselves. We have to start appreciating ourselves some more, loving ourselves every day, appreciating the simple things. Your eyes, they open, right? Your ears, your nose, your smell. If there's anything that you don't love about yourself, imagine life without that part. Imagine life without your skin, right? Imagine life without your teeth. Some persons don't like their teeth. Some persons will say, I don't like my eyes. What if you had no eyes and they're actually people with no eyes? Some persons will
Are
say,
there people
yes,
are blind?
say that again.
Some people are blind.
Some people are blind, right? But they still, even though, and that's a good point, some people are blind, they're not able to see, but you'll still see that they have their eyes fixed where it's supposed to be in some cases. And those persons also have to appreciate their eyes, because their eyes, it's still on their face. It might not be working, right, as much, but they have to appreciate that, okay, my eyes are here, they're not working like the others, but I still love myself, right? Because even for me, like sometimes without my glasses, to be honest, I might pass you on the road and I can't see you, right? So I'm not fully blind, but my eyes, sometimes I need the glasses to be able to see you. But I still love my eyes because they allow me to see enough to get around, to not fall and trip over, right? Love your ears. Like, think about your body, yourself, and appreciate the little things about you, right? We have our ears, which has our smallest bone. But what if we had no ears, right? Some of you, there's so many things that you don't like, but imagine, you might not like your hands, your fingers, but what if you don't have them? So practice being grateful. Gratitude is a must, as one of our artists said, right? So we have to be grateful and love ourselves. And who can tell me the other one? Who else should we love?
Our parents.
Our parents and others. So we need to love others. So our parents, our family, we need to love our teachers, our our peers, our friends. We need to love others. And by loving others, it means that we're going to be kind, right? Pace, positive attitude changes everything. I love that. Love that, Amira, right? Love others. It is so important for us to love others. Some people can be a little difficult at times, and they might come off as being unlovable, but it's so important for us to love others, appreciate others, speak a positive word to someone, because you never know what they're going through. Your friend might be experiencing something difficult, but as a girl, as a lady, as a woman, you have to love others, because it's so important. We, especially as women, we were called to love, to nurture, right? So we have to give love, and giving love starts from right here, right? Eventually you will have your own families. How many of you are looking forward to having your own families, right? You'll have to love them. Some of you will go on to having children, right? Some of you will have husbands, right? You have to start loving, it starts from here. And it starts by just loving the people around you, right? And loving others means that you also give back, right? There are times when we have to give back. So we give back to people who are less fortunate. So somebody might need a meal. It doesn't have to mean that you're going to give $1 million. Someone might not have a meal, you give them a meal. Someone might be on the road begging $10, you give them $10, right? Don't question to say, why are you begging? If they ask you for something and you're able to give, you give them. If you can't, just be kind and say, hey, I cannot give you at the moment, but maybe another time, or you probably recommend to them someone who can help them. So it's very important that we love others, especially as a girl. It is so important. We are called to be the nurturers, the lovers, right? So we have to love our family, our friends, right? It's so important. And most importantly, dream big dreams. Dream big dreams. Dream big dreams. As I mentioned, there's no limit to your greatness. There's nothing that you cannot achieve. You have to dream big dreams. I need all of you to have a diary, a journal where you write
I
down.
have one.
Nice. Someone has a journal. Anybody else has a journal? Everybody needs a journal. So over the holiday, over the break, Gabrielle has a journal. Over the holiday, the break, get yourself a journal. I still have journals from I was a little girl to now, and I look back and I read the things that I had written down. And most of them I've accomplished. Some of them I didn't even write them down and I've accomplished. And some of them I'm still yet to accomplish. So dream big dreams, write them down in your journal, the things that you are going through. I have a journal, Miss Nice Amira, and the things that you hope to achieve. So your journal should also contain the things that you hope to achieve and by when do you need to achieve them, right? It's very important. You need your journals. There's also vision boards. And how many of you know about vision boards?
Miss,
Yes?
I remember something that Miss made.
You did one at school. Nice. So vision boards. So, yes?
I remember something that Miss McKnight told me.
Yes. Oh, Miss McKnight, go ahead and tell me what she said.
If you concede, you can achieve.
Very good. That's a powerful one. Say that one more time for them, Sakai.
If you concede, you can achieve.
That is it. That's a powerful statement. So once you think about it, you can actually achieve it. That's what it really is, like thinking about it and actually going on to achieving it. But if you don't think about it, then the possibility for you to achieve it is slim because you don't even know about it, right? So if you conceive, you can achieve. So dream big dreams. It is very, very important. Right? So we're coming down. Self-care too for girls. And self-care involves you getting enough sleep, eating healthy meals on time, right? Whispering positive thoughts. There is something we call words of affirmation, where you get up in the morning and you repeat positive things to yourself. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I am awesome. I am successful. I will achieve great things. I have achieved great things. So self-care, taking care of yourself, getting your hair combed, right? Ensure you bathe, personal hygiene, those things. So self-care involves the physical things, taking care of your physical body, taking care of the mind, taking care of your future, your success. So it's all about self-care, right? So we have to also take good care of ourselves as girls, right? We want to be beautiful girls, and only you can make yourself beautiful by, of course, practicing good self-care. All right? So I want you to go out and be awesome. We're almost at the end. I don't want to be long today with you. Go out and be awesome. You are awesome. All of you, you're successful. So I want us to just unmute and say, I am awesome. After 3, 1.
I
After
am awesome.
Awesome.
All right, so that was good. One more time. 1, 2, 3.
I
I
am awesome.
I am awesome. You are awesome. We are all awesome. So you are awesome. You're a powerful girl, right? At this moment, we've come to the end of the presentation. Are there any questions?
No, miss. Next,
Yes, go ahead.
are we going on our break?
Repeat.
Are we going on our break?
If you're going on your break, let me check. It's 10:29. So I'll have to check with Mrs. Sinclair what's next on the agenda because I know today is a short day. So I know it's talent. So are they going to break after Miss?
Yes,
Missing.
they get breaks.
Okay, so they'll break after.
So probably 11 o'clock then we'll return. What do you think, Mrs. Sinclair?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so we'll break at 10:30 thereabouts and return at 11. Is there any other final question?
No, miss.
All right, so that's the only question that we have.
But I like your hairstyle.
Okay, thank you so much, Sakai. All right, so thank you everyone for being awesome girls, and we wish you an amazing day. Take
Good
care. Anything before they go for break, Miss?
All right, Mrs. Graham, before you go, I am going to throw it out one more time. You mentioned being bold. I'm going to ask somebody just here, give a quick vote of thanks to our principal. Who is going to be bold and take that opportunity? I want a quick vote of thanks to our principal for sharing. Who's
Thank,
going to be bold? And is that Sakai? Go ahead, Sakai.
thank you, Miss Graham.
My pleasure, Sakai.
Thank you, Miss Graham, for putting out your great work.
No
All
problem.
right,
Have
awesome.
a
Thank
wonderful
you.
day. Have a
All right.
wonderful day, Miss.
Yeah.
All right, good. Thank you. All
Thank-
right, so we are going to go on a break. We are going to be working on our talent pieces. So those who need more time,